Welcome to this short webinar on the first output of the PROFESS 12 project. Project Report 1, the Global View on Skills Needed for Sustainability. This project is funded by the North-South Research Programme and has partners in TU Dublin and Ulster University. I'll begin with a short introduction to the PROFESS 12 project, introduce our partners, and give an outline of our key findings on Work Package 1, the Global View on Skills Needed for Sustainability. PROFESS 12 stands for Professional Skills for Engineering Students, a summer school to achieve SDG 12. And the key focus of the PROFESS 12 project is to organise a summer school to equip engineering students with the skills needed to achieve SDG 12. The partners on the project come from TU Dublin and Ulster University, and the main contacts are Una Began and Margaret Morgan, whose contact details are here if you wish to get in touch. There are 4 work packages involved in the project. The first work package included a literature review and the design of a survey on professional skills. This led to Work Package 2, which is a data analysis package where we analysed the responses to the survey to identify differences in key stakeholder perceptions of the required skills that engineers need for the future. Parallel to this, Work Package 3 is about the co-creation, design and testing of a summer school with engineering students from the North and South to help them develop the skills that were identified in Work Package 1. The final work package is about evaluation, where we look back on how the summer school was designed, co-created and run, and we create a toolkit for other academics who wish to organise a summer school such as this. This presentation focuses on the output of the literature review, which was part of Work Package 1. When we look at the literature about what skills and competences the engineer of the future will have, we come up with several aspects. They need to be a technical expert, a problem solver, needs to be a systems thinker, and have critical thinking skills. Engineers of the future also need to be able to work in multidisciplinary teams. They need to have excellent communication skills. They need to have an ethical conscience and a social responsibility. So a vast array of skills are needed for the engineer of the future. Our literature review was based on one research question. What are the key skills identified in the literature that engineers will need to help support a sustainable future? To begin, we wanted to give some definitions of what we understand to be sustainable development and education for sustainable development, which is mentioned in the literature. Here, sustainable development is defined as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And education for sustainable development is about changing knowledge, skills, values and attitudes to enable a more sustainable and just society for all. One of the key findings from the literature review was in relation to the pillars of sustainable development. Lozano in 2008 indicated there were 3 pillars: social, environmental and economic. But Cohen in 2017 added 2 additional pillars, bringing out the ideas of governance and culture. What we see here is that we need a collaborative model, and lots of different perspectives from diverse parties is needed in order to achieve sustainable development. The second key finding was the emphasis on knowledge and skills, but also values and attitudes. And the Engineering Education for Sustainable Development community highlighted some of these in a recent report in 2021. The idea of having values, committing to achieve the SDGs, understanding the context of real-world constraints, being okay with uncertainty, being flexible and adaptable, to be open to change, to be aware of limits, and finally, the importance of having a vision, to have anticipatory thinking skills. We also found literature in relation to accrediting bodies. Engineers Ireland in January 2021 updated their accreditation criteria to include a focus on sustainability. They propose that 5 key competences are required to achieve this aim, including critical thinking and reflection, envisioning, systemic thinking, building partnerships, and participation in decision-making. This is mirrored by the Engineering Council in the UK, who also have 6 broad areas of learning outcomes, one of which, under sustainability, they note that students need to evaluate the environmental and societal impact of solutions to complex problems and to minimize adverse impacts. We also focused on skills specific to the engineering profession, and we wanted to highlight the work of the A-STEP 2030 project, which was an Erasmus Plus engineering education project completed in 2021. This research project included focus groups with engineering academics, engineering students, and engineering employers to answer one research question: what are the skills and competences that engineers need to resolve the SDGs? Each focus group were asked to brainstorm the list of skills and competences that engineers need to help support achieving the SDGs. And this word cloud shows not only the extent of competences required, but that there are key competences coming to the fore, such as communication, technical skills, critical thinking, ethical consciousness, project management. Some of the same skills that we saw in the literature in relation to generic sustainability competences. The A-STEP 2030 project then took this data and through a coding exercise came up with categories of skills and competences that engineers need, which are broken into 3 different types: technical skills, non-technical skills, and attitudes. And the findings of this project show us again the extent of skills that are required, but also the focus not only on technical skills or on inward-facing or outward-facing types of skills, ways of thinking or people-oriented skills, but also the importance of having an awareness of a worldview and different character and ethical orientation, all of which are required for engineers to support achievement of the SDGs. As this report was specifically aimed at engineering students and specifically aimed at solving the SDGs, we have used this skill set as the template for our professional skills survey, which forms the second work package of this project. I'd just like to acknowledge the HEA funding body and the North-South Research Programme for the funding for this project, and also to thank the academics, employers and students who completed the survey, got involved in the co-creation exercise and the summer school, and who contributed to the project in any way.